I think the things that I kind of mentioned are front and center. It's just making sure that from an engagement perspective that there's a lot of outreach. And also, as you kind of think about sort of the mobilization effort during the depths of the pandemic to really get a whole bunch of people to change their behavior, drop everything, and call every single person they work with, is there's been kind of a desire, at least from some firms, to try to maintain that momentum, right? If you have suddenly kind of affected large scale behavioral change for the better, right? For the strengthening relationships, reinforcing value proposition, expanding relationships, and so forth. Then why not kind of keep that momentum going? And so that's number one. That affects both sales, expansion of relationship, it affects retention, and it drives satisfaction. So all good things. Now on the retention piece specifically that you asked about, we have seen people focus a little bit more in that area. I feel like sometimes, Victoria, we always think in terms of sales. How can we drive new business? Well, of course, the trust business is set up to distribute assets. Sometimes I feel like even though we all know that's true, retention is a little bit overlooked as a lever for helping with growth. And so we have seen more recently firms kind of take a closer look at retention. There's a bunch of interesting tactics out there. One of the things that kind of comes to mind is we've heard of firms developing kind of risk profiles. So what is the risk that Victoria might leave the relationship either in part or in full, right? So perhaps like she's been consolidating accounts or consolidating assets, that's a sign. Perhaps there's atypical withdrawals, that's a sign. There are other characteristics that might impact the probability of departure. For example, if your relationship manager recently left, that's a huge risk factor for attrition events. And so you can kind of create a mental map almost of how you might sort of score somebody in your book of business, your clients, formally or informally, about their likelihood to leave. And so lots of interesting stuff going on. Again, though, I think the two big points, communication and really strengthening relationships, kind of came out of the pandemic. And then number two, more of a deliberate focus on retention and trying to get in front of attrition risks.